Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday. What can I possibly do on a wacky Wednesday? I've been with my Joe Wicks and doing all my bouncing around the place, getting all fit. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one of my treats on my wacky wonderful Wednesday. We're going to do, wait for it, we're going to do WEETABIX no bake chocolate slices. WEETABIX. Oh, Trish, really? These are divine. Lads, I don't know if you've noticed, but the new slim me has been working away like a busy bee in the background for about 11 months with the most amazing macro coach, Luke O'Mahony. Giving a shout out to my delicious Luke. Luke has set me on the road to healthy treats and nibbles and, you know, just up here. Good mental attitude. So this morning I decided I was going to literally dedicate this post to Luke O'Mahony, my macro coach. So look him up, he's absolutely amazing. So I am starting with the most amazing ingredients. 5 WEETABIX. This is so yummy, you have no idea how yummy it is. And the only reason my kids absolutely adore this is that when you don't have your Twixes, your Mars bars and your Dairy Milks in the house, and they're looking for a sugar treat, and they want something, that I'm going to have them now. Now, they can't get enough of the WEETABIX no bake chocolate slices. Now, this is also, a buddy of mine in Australia had given me this recipe because apparently it's huge in Australia and New Zealand. So I have got 150 grams of dates, and in it goes. Now, you can see they're quite sloppy because I have added 2 tablespoons of boiling water into my dates, and I've just left them sit for about 5-10 minutes. The next thing I am adding 50 grams of coconut. In goes my 50 grams of coconut. I've got 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. In goes the cocoa powder. The best thing about this recipe as well, it's also vegan. If you have, make sure with your cocoa powder to make sure that there are no milk solids in it. So one of the ones that I use is Peter Dunn has the most beautiful cocoa powder, does not have the milk solids in it. And also Lidl have a particular brand of their cocoa powder. They don't have any milk solids to it. I've got cashew nuts. You do not have to put in cashew nuts. You could put in macadamia nuts. You could put in almond nuts. If you've a nut intolerance, you can put in sunflower seeds. You can put in pumpkin seeds. I love cashews, so in they go. Cashew nuts. And don't not put in the nuts because it does help bind this together. It's sort of like a squishy putty, and then you put it into the fridge to chill. So I have also got 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You could put in 2 tablespoons of honey if you wish. I'm going vegan this morning, so I am putting in maple syrup. So in goes my maple syrup. And I have reserved 2 tablespoons of water if I need it. So I'm going to blitz it first. Uppy down. And just let's do it business. Now I'm going to get Sophie to have a quick look inside so that you can see, just have a zoom in. So you've got your WEETABIX and everything else. Now, even having a feel, it's still a little dry. So I want to really combine it with the dates and a tiny bit of water. Because what I want this to come together like a dough. And there's no oven on this morning yet again, lads. I'm on a healthy street today. And just like everything in moderation. You've got sticky buns and loads of things, but this treat is absolutely fine. What did you say? Did you say it was divine? Here we are. Now it's coming together. Now I don't think it'll need much more. No, it won't. Now I need to make sure that I can compress it so that once it's compressed, I have got all my little nuts. I'm looking at my cashew nuts and they've been all blended. Do not lick the blade unless you want to end up in A&E. I'm putting this to the side, not in a bowl of bubbling water. Never put a knife into bubbling water, because if you put your hand in, you'll hit the knife. So, moving our Medjool out of the way. Thank you, Mr. Medjool. And you end up with this really putty. That's all I can say. It's actually a squishy putty, and you think, what the fudge? So I have got a 2 pound loaf tin. You could use a brownie tray. A brownie tray would be perfect as well. And all I'm doing, kids are going to love this because it's like making mud pies. I'm just going to compress and put it into my tray. So you can have a look as I'm doing it. You can see I am just using the back of my hand to compress the mixture into the tin. Put it all in, and then I want to level it out so I can feel where it needs. Oh, every last bit of goodness. This is absolutely amazing for kids for lunches. So when the kids were in September, well, obviously when they were in school in September, these are fabulous to put into a lunchbox, particularly if you don't have any nuts in them, because they're nut free then. Now, yes, I've added cashew nuts to this lot, but you could use your sunflower seeds. And if you do, it's nut free and they can go into their lunch boxes. And it is amazing how sustaining these are. So I slice them up into tiny little fingers almost. They are not calorific. They are full of delicious goodness. And particularly in the morning, if you fancy something, if you're even having just an Americano or you're having a hot lemon or whatever, and you have a bite of these, it's this soft, squidgy, chewy toffiness, and then a very thin layer of melted chocolate. So what I didn't weigh out here was just 40 grams of dark chocolate, which is the 55% dark chocolate. You can get that from Peter in Bake World, and you can get it from Vera, milka.com, and she has beautiful Calabo chocolate, as does Peter. So a very thin layer of 40 grams, which I can assure you goes a long way to this compressed WEETABIX slab. And I honestly can tell you, it is scrummy, because this is what I have, and so do my kids. Oh please, Mom! When you don't have anything else in the house, that's the secret. Don't have anything else in the house. And make this treat. So, can you see? So 2 minutes while I wash my hands. And Sophie will just be looking at that. And I shall take one out of the fridge that I had prepared one earlier. So I'm just giving my hands a wash with all the chocolate. And take it out of the fridge. So, this goes into the fridge for about 3 hours, okay? And out pops my beautiful slab. Did I put my plate? I didn't. Plate, a little one. So all I've done is I've smeared the top with beautiful dark chocolate Calabo, and I have literally cut them up. Now you can cut them into little fingers. I like to cut them into little cubes because then I can extend my little chocolate bits. But you can see, look at the nibs of the cashew nut. So you can see the cashew nuts, if you'd sunflower seeds. Now, the beauty about this also is that if you don't like dates, if you don't like dates, you can use raisins. If you want to change it up a bit, you can add dried apricots. You can add whatever nut, whatever recipe, or whatever grams that, for example, your coconut, if you're going to replace any of the products, any of your ingredients rather, just compensate with the same weight of your apricots or your dried raisins. Or instead of your cashews, you've got your sunflower seeds. What I'm telling you now, absolutely divine. I will keep it in the fridge because of the weather that is glorious outside today. But lads, Wacky Wednesday WEETABIX slices for brekkie this morning. They're absolutely divine. Kids adore them. You could, if you wish, compress, roll into ball and make them into fudge truffles. I just find them easier to put into packed lunches when they're in little squares. Kids love them. Lads, we've done it again, another recipe. I shall see you tomorrow at 10.